Good morning, students. We'll be studying the interpretation of a weather map of the rainy season. The monsoon season prevails over India from June to September, and today we have taken a representative map of July. So here we can see this map is based on weather observations taken on 28th of July at 8:30 hours and 3 hours GMT. Now we can see here that there is one low pressure center over Pakistan and the other is over Burma. And in general, if we look at all these weather stations, they have certain amount of cloud cover because the monsoon winds have entered from this direction, from the southwest direction into India due to the low pressure conditions which draw these winds into the country. The other aspects we'll be studying in the further slides. Here we can see in the introduction that this is the time of the general rains in India, and due to the low pressure conditions, the winds are blowing from south to north and they are drawn into the country in the southwestern direction. As they cross the equator, they drift to the right and they flow from southwest to northeast, and this is called the southwest monsoon winds, where there are two branches. One is the Bay of Bengal branch, which gives rainfall to Meghalaya, UP, Assam, West Bengal, Bihar, and right up to Haryana, and the Arabian Sea branch, which gives rainfall to the most part of the Deccan Plateau or the peninsula. Now, this weather report, which is called the Indian Daily Weather Report, represents weather conditions of the Indian subcontinent, that is India and surrounding countries. Now, if we look at the low pressure, as I said, that during summer, low pressure begins to get developed over the country, and by this time in July, you can see the low pressure is around 996 millibars and also 1002 millibars over Burma. So, due to the low pressure, the monsoon winds are attracted into the country, or they're drawn towards the land from the sea. So the highest high pressure is to the south, located in the Arabian Sea to the west of Kerala, and there is another high pressure in the Andaman Nicobar Islands. Now, in general, if we look at the pattern of the isobars, the values decreases from south to north, and the isobars are more or less parallel over the land and the sea, but they form trough-like conditions, like a V-shaped trough where the innermost V has the lowest contour value, and a ridge which develops over Bay of Bengal. Now, these isobars are circular near the low pressure center, and they are located in the western part of Pakistan on this day, that is on 25th July. The pressure gradient is slightly lower in the northern parts of India, and as we come to the south, the pressure gradient becomes slightly gentle. Wind speeds on this day have been very low, that is 5 to 10 knots. In the Bay of Bengal, you can see it is up to 15 knots, and also near Hyderabad, it is around 15 knots. During the monsoon, wind speeds may sometimes exceed 25 knots, but on this day, it has not been recorded. General wind direction will be from the western side, and therefore westerly winds can be seen at various places uh, over the Arabian Sea, but in some places it is from southwest to northeast near Delhi, Bikaner, and some other weather stations. Now, rainfall has occurred at several places, so we can see that certain amount of rainfall has been recorded in different parts of the country. Now, the cloud cover is fairly high due to the effect of the monsoon winds, and we can see overcast conditions at several places, slightly less than overcast, that is 7/8 also at many places, and there are no clear skies which are recorded on this day due to certain amount of uh, rainfall all over the country. Now, haze has occurred in some places near Delhi, and fog has occurred in Dehradun, which are the local phenomena which have been recorded at weather stations. Sea conditions also are not very much disturbed. You find calm seas. Only to the west of Calicut it is slightly rough. Now, these are the two things which sometimes are considered. What we consider normal is the average of 30 years, and on each day we can record whether the temperature has gone below this average. So, in some places the temperature was uh, higher than the normal, like over Tamil Nadu, and similarly minimum temperature also at some places have been recorded more than the average. So this is these are the two temperature departures from maximum and minimum, which helps in a more detailed understanding about the map. Otherwise, if you look at this weather map, you can see the shape of the isobars, the low pressure centers. Then the isobars become parallel and they form a kind of a V-shaped trough along this eastern coast, and this is the wedge. So it is like a valley and a spur, but in isobaric terms we call it as a V-shaped trough and a high pressure wedge. Thank you.